Hello and welcome back. Feeling very full. Just ate and I laid down for a few minutes. Oftentimes we'll take a nap when we're tired. We'll try to do all these sort of things to regain our energy after a heavy meal or after working hard. I also spent most of the day cleaning, and I wanted to share with you something really simple that in my experience in my life has been very helpful to re-energizing my body and giving me that boost of energy so I'm ready to go again. And I've been doing this for going on 4 years now, and every time I do it, it's extremely effective and works within minutes. Sometimes 20 minutes, sometimes 5, 10. So here it is. If you haven't laid on the floor before, flat back. If you haven't tried taking your cushion on your couch and just setting it up behind so that your neck here hits the back of the pillow, and then the weight of your head helps to stretch your spine. And in my couch, the pillow hits my lower back and my neck, so I get a nice low back spinal stretch and a nice neck stretch at the same time. If you haven't tried this, or even just laying flat back on the floor, I'd recommend just go for it, give it a try. A lot of the times we spend most of our day in an upright position like this, or even worse, we'll spend our times hunched over and the discs in your spine become compressed. And this can have an effect in your body where you just feel very tired, and it's hard to re-energize yourself when you've got that constant compression, from gravity, poor posture, or whatever. So some flexibility work for your spine. You might even get yourself an inversion table. That's where your feet are up like this and your head's down and the weight kind of pulls you back. But from what I've noticed, what seems to work best is a nice firm surface. So as long as you have a nice firm surface and something to stretch your neck, low back, any kind of corrective postural techniques you can use for your spine, I'm speaking about. Like I said, for me, it's been really, really life-changing. Normally, before I started doing this for myself, I would have just laid there on the couch, in an awkward position, watching TV or whatever, trying to re-energize myself. And oftentimes I stand up with a sore back, sore shoulder, stiff, more fatigued, if you will, physically, emotionally even, than I was before almost. Sometimes, yes, more. So we forget oftentimes that something very simple that I used to teach in the fitness industry, a saying that goes, use it or lose it. And one of the things that you lose first in your ability, in your fitness level, is your flexibility, your mobility. And the majority of the issues that people have can be easily fixed with some good old-fashioned stretching, making sure to add rotation, anything to do with your spine for sure, and your posture. Hips, low back, the whole spine, your neck, shoulder blades, those are the areas where the energy goes from the brain through the nervous system into the rest of the body. So by putting the majority of your focus on those areas, so the back of your neck right down to your spine, as I mentioned, the shoulder girdle, your shoulder blades, and in adding some rotational stuff. By doing this, you can make a huge difference on your energy levels. Oftentimes in life, we have motivation, we have these things that we want to achieve, we have these goals we want to do, and even in the whole spiritual journey, we have this direction. We want to better ourselves. We want to find more love to share with everyone. And when you're physically feeling fatigued and your body is getting tighter and tighter, well, that can also make it more difficult for you to progress. Because if you feel physically that you don't have the energy, then it's going to be hard also spiritually for you to really stay motivated and work through a discomfort in your body. Oftentimes when your body is at dis-ease, you'll notice that your mood changes, you become more irritable, it becomes more difficult for you to do even the most simple tasks in your life. Even relaxing and taking a nap can be difficult, of course, if you're in pain. So, and especially if you're, you get into a position and you notice that you're tight, you become restricted in your movements. So that's really what this video is about. Not so much about spiritual stuff that I normally talk about, but a little bit more down to earth, a little more grounded for this video. Sharing a lot of my knowledge that I gained before my spiritual awakening, before my Kundalini rising, before all of these mystical experiences. I don't know how else to put it. All these things that I've experienced. And as you might, I don't remember if I mentioned it in one of my videos, probably not, but from 2005 to about 2013, I worked as a professional in the fitness industry. I also not only trained clients, did fitness classes and so on, but I also put together and ran certification programs for new instructors, new personal trainers, and would help them through their certification progress. So I have quite a bit of knowledge to share in that area as well. And that's really where I'm drawing this knowledge from. First of all, they taught us to be your own guinea pig. So these things I went through myself as I was learning, this information. I applied it on my body and found that for myself, these things are quite life-changing, very useful, very practical. So, and you might notice I'm able to speak quite a bit faster and really give that information. The information I have on this stuff is quite vast, so I'm very happy to be sharing this with you. If you feel tired and you're not doing enough flexibility in your life, you're going to have a difficult time in pretty much every avenue in your life. Believe it or not, you're even going to fight with your wife more often. Going to work is going to feel more of a struggle. Eating right, everything in your life will be more difficult when you don't have the mobility in your body, because your energy levels go a very long way when it comes to getting anything done in life. Spiritual, physical, emotional, the whole spectrum. So yoga is a good practice. And one of the things that is most effective about yoga, and the reason I mentioned yoga, is that to really get a good stretch, you want to incorporate some breathing into your stretch, into your stretching routine. So when I position myself on this cushion, I'll have my head back, I'll look into my body, I'll bring my attention inwards, and then I'll use the breath to inflate a certain area. For example, if I want to stretch more the lower back, then I'll make sure that my stomach, the lower belly, will inflate as I breathe in. And what this does is it's going to put some pressure around the spine and the muscles in that area, so it acts as a kind of it becomes this pressure that you place on the muscle that increases the stretch. And one of the things that is maybe surprising to you, but nice, very good to know, when your muscle senses a touch, a pressure, the muscle can relax quite a bit easier. It's kind of like a muscle spasm. If you touch a muscle that's spasming, you might notice sometimes the spasm will release quicker, and oftentimes you might not even realize that a lot of the muscles around your hips and your lower back are kind of in a constant spasm to protect itself, right? It needs the stability to move. So by breathing and allowing your stomach to inflate with your in-breath, it will put pressure. I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes there. It'll put pressure on the region around your spine, and those muscles will relax. This will enable you to deepen the stretch, and this is directly related to how comfortable and the sense of relaxation that you're going to feel. So stretching is not only about, getting in there and turning and feeling the stretch. No, you want to relax the muscle, because once the muscle relaxes a bit more, you'll be able to deepen the stretch. And oftentimes what you're feeling is not the stretch, but you're feeling, let's say for example, if I turn to the side and I feel the stretch in my spine, oftentimes the stretch you're feeling is the muscle not wanting, it's a muscle resisting the stretch. So by breathing into that area, the muscle will relax, and within 1, 2, 3 breaths, you'll be able to go quite a bit further. And as I mentioned, your sense of relaxation will deepen quite dramatically as well, which is the whole point. Quiet body, quiet mind. Relaxed body, relaxed mind. So bring your breath to the lower abdominals, the mid region, into your chest, into your neck, to your shoulder blades. Try about 3 breaths each region, and feel the difference for yourself. So wherever you are around the world, whatever time it is that you're watching this, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Peace.